So health workers also sensitizing residents there on the vaccination uptake. Well, joining us is a Dr. Stephen John. He tells us more about the vaccination ongoing in Adamawa State, even though he's joining us from Gombe. Thank you for joining us on the program.
You're welcome.
So tell us about vaccination progressing in Adamawa and also vaccine hesitancy. Is that much of a problem there?
Yeah, not as it was the first time we had an interface with you guys. Then vaccine hesitancy was a more serious issue, and but after the intensified risk communication activities and awareness creation alongside, you can see from the responses that people are given, they are actually satisfied. But that is not to say we still don't have issues, and of course, as a means of making sure we become more effective with deployment of this vaccine, getting it to the people that are required to be vaccinated, mobile teams have been set up now. We use more mobile teams. We have about 71 of such vaccination teams. 30 of them are mobile, 41 of them are stationary. The mobile teams are targeting places like mosques, churches, markets, and public gatherings where people are congregating, whereas the stationary teams are located in primary and secondary healthcare facilities. So this way we are able to reach more people, and then with a little problem of vaccine hesitancy.
How much more sensitization is also going into the doses that are required and the difference if you've taken the AstraZeneca, how you have to take a second dose of the same vaccine, and then the same goes for the Moderna vaccine?
Yeah, certainly. Of course, it has been shown already that these vaccines have to be like in 2 doses. But what we're doing to make sure that we don't run into problems is that after the doses are being delivered, we make sure that we don't go beyond half of the doses on ground, so that you can make room for the people to come back for their second doses. As you're aware, Moderna is already like 4 weeks apart, and then we have the AZ to be something like 6 weeks apart. So we're making sure that we have enough, at least, to make sure that some people are not left hanging.
Tell us about perhaps hard-to-reach areas, and are you depending on the mobile teams as well to access those places, or have you also received the Johnson & Johnson doses?
No. We're depending on the mobile teams actually to reach difficult areas, because the stationary teams are located in strategic areas where there are a lot of people. People have access to them easily, whereas the mobile team are going to more difficult, even hard to reach areas in some instances. Like a couple of weeks ago, we were in a facility to do a kind of ceremony, like a block rain ceremony for a new cottage hospital. And the vaccination teams showed up there. And that's like 2 hours from the state capital into a very, very, very remote community. So that is to say that these mobile teams are actually trying their best to reach the most difficult of places to ensure that the people receive this vaccine.
So far, the first phase and now that is ongoing, what are the sorts of side effects that you've encountered or you've witnessed from those who are getting the doses?
Not much, just the basic side effects of maybe pains at the site of the vaccination. And a few people have reported a fever. I have a couple of friends that said, oh, they felt a bit feverish, but that was all. There was nothing more. But most of the people had no complaints whatsoever.
Going forward, and this is also so that you exhaust the 71,000 that you have right now, the state is currently 29,000. How would you say, what further steps do you think the state government, the primary healthcare development agency should take so that, the vaccines don't go to waste?
Yeah, what is happening now is that the vaccination program has been fully integrated into our outbreak response and also our other PHC responses. As I'm speaking right now, there are people in the field that are attending to other conditions like the other outbreaks that you hear about. They are also moving together with these vaccination teams. This will make sure that we're able to cover more grounds within the shortest possible time. And this flexibility provided by the mobile team is one of the solutions to this difficulty that will arise if we are a bit dormant, not being proactive enough. So this is the strategy that we're using at the moment.
We'll continue to follow the updates. We appreciate your time, Dr. Stephen John, for joining us all the way from Gombe State. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Still ahead on the program, prices for PCR tests are slashed ahead of the Expo 2020 in Dubai. Please join us again.